How are you?
Good.
How you been?
Good, man. Happy
Welcome to London. Welcome back.
Thank you.
How many times have you been down here?
My management says it's 10th time.
It's more than 10.
It's more than 10?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you must really love it out here.
Figure it out.
Would you ever move here?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't because it's too far from my family.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. Otherwise, like if my family would all come here, and if it was warmer here in the winter, then it'd be more up for consideration.
I think we're getting better with that.
With the heat?
Yeah, with the heat.
Shout out global warming.
Yeah. It should be good. So album is dropping soon, in March. Are you excited?
I'm anxious.
How long have you been working with the album, or how long did it take the process?
There's certain songs that I held from a long time ago that I knew I wanted to hold until the album, which were Times with Kiddo, that I knew that didn't belong on Kiddo. It belonged on my first album. And then there's songs that I added very last minute, like the last couple months. That's a fresh song that I was like, oh, this belongs on the project.
Okay. Do you mind if I move your mic a bit?
Sure.
Yeah, just so it's get it sharp.
Thank you.
No problem. This is very awkward right now.
What do you use, Jergens? Or
From
Nivea? I smell your cream.
Oh, that's neither, you know.
What do you use?
These are like sainted oils that my mom brought back from like Jerusalem.
Oh, nice.
So she went there for like, obviously she's a Christian.
Yeah.
So she goes there once a year from church. And
Cool.
she will bring like these like cans of like oil.
What kind of oil?
I don't even know, but I knew it smelled banging. I
It
just
smells
have,
lovely.
I just had to have it on me. But yeah, I'll tell her that you like it. So yeah, what's been your favorite moment of last year? 2019 we just entered 2020. What's your favorite or most memorable moment?
I think getting the news that I got nominated for the Grammy meant a lot to me.
Where was you when that happened?
I was in Miami. I had just done a session the night before that was like 6 in the morning, till 6 in the morning. And so by the time I got to bed, it was 6:30 in the morning. And then my team got a call at 7 with the news. And they were like, wake her up, wake her up. And then Busy was like, are you fucked? Do you want me to get fired if I wake her up now? She got a whole day of promo. The nomination will be there in the morning.
Yeah.
And then at like 2 p.m., my team was like, that's enough. So then they pulled up at my hotel room, my mom, my pops, my assistant, and my photographer. And I opened the door, and I'm like, the first, if you see my face, I thought somebody died. Like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Because when do you ever get woken up by a crowd like that? So I was like, what the hell's going on? And my mom's like, felicitaciones, la nominaron felicitaciones por la nominación. And I was like, what? And my dad's saying, felicitaciones. Like, no one's saying shit yet. And I'm like, ¿qué? She's like, por el Grammy, mami. And I was like, ¿qué? She said it again. And I look at my sister, I'm like, what the fuck did she say? And he said it in English. And I was like, and my jaw just went, and it hit the floor. And then, like, I think I've watched that video 1,000 times.
Yeah?
Yeah, because there's nostalgia attached to that.
Of course.
You know? And I'm in a t-shirt and I got one sock on and my hair looks like a chia pet. So it's just funny that one of the most, I think, memorable moments of last year is so connected to me looking like a bum.
With everything that's surrounding the Grammys, is it still important to you?
Yeah, fuck.
Still be
I could lie to you and say no, man, but fuck, yes, it's important to me.
Yeah.
It's important to me because of what I just said. There's nostalgia attached to it, but also the fact that there's, considering everything surrounding it, the fact that I'm a young female, the fact that my skin is brown, the fact that I come from, like, where I came from, with the history that I came from, the fact that I have songs that, like, particular songs that are about, controversially about some of the things that are in a lot of those headlines, I'm happy that I was there representing. You know, I'm happy that I was there representing. I think that there could be more presence in the bigger categories. I think that there could be more representation. It's obviously not perfect yet, but I was happy to be there representing. I'm happy that my parents that worked hard their whole fucking life for me were able to come and share in that moment with me.
I mean, you have a wide range of collaborations. Kalani, Romani, Black. One of my favorite collaborations that you did is with Lewis Capaldi. He's from here. And the song called Rush. What's been the collaboration for you that you've learned the most from? What artist has brought that a different side to you or a different side to your game? Thank you.
I think that shit. Help. Have I ever talked about it to you guys? And been like, yo, I know with Babyface, but I just mentioned it in the other.
And Calvin has been like...
Calvin's so fucking sick. Yeah.
I heard you mention him in an interview at Hot 97.
Yeah. Calvin's dope because, like, he's free. Okay. You know what I mean? He's open. If he's just open, and I like that, and it's almost like affirmation that I'm doing the right thing, because I think that we're similar in that regard, to be in the room and just be open about things.
Yeah.
And Babyface, because when we were writing, I remember one thing in particular, like I was rushing to record a voice note and write something down, and he was like, Jessie, if it's that good, you'll just remember it, like it'll just be there. And I was like, yo, that's true. And mind you, like I don't apply that all the time, because there's times that I need to write it down because there's just too much coming out, so I need to make sure I have it in front of me before it disappears. But there's moments in certain days where it'll struggle coming out, and I'll be like, oh, maybe this is the day I'm supposed to implement the tool that I was given by a mentor, by this legend, and then try that and put the notepad down, put the recorder down, and just sit with whatever is potent enough to stay, you know? So Babyface and Calvin, I think we're both super, 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 super influential on me, and things that I learned from them are crucial.
I hope they see this as well. Your music is so influential, so moving. It's empowering as well.
Thank you.
It's really good to know that people, because artists always feel like they're put on a pedestal, because obviously everyone, the fans, people, we love your music and we love the fact that you can connect with people. What, for me, do you feel like you're meant for more in life?
Yeah, I do. I think I'm in for more. But there's moments.
Do you feel like you're living your truth now with the music that you release?
Yeah, I think I'm living in my truth, but I also know that I have more philanthropic goals that I want to achieve, and there's times where there's things that I'm doing that are part of this, like interviews and like doing photo shoots and things that I think are, like, if I'm completely, like, you seem like a really great guy, you seem like a nice person, but I don't love doing interviews. It's just not what I like to do. So like there's like, I want to have an orphanage. I want to build an orphanage before I die. That's something that's important to me. It's something that motivates me to want to build this bigger, because I know that the bigger that I get, the more ease I'm going to have to make that a reality, you know? The more people that maybe like fundraisers, or people that are willing to invest, or things like that, organizations that will be more inclined to work with me if the album does really well, and if I'm doing more interviews. You know what I mean? When it does really well, amen. When it does really well. So there's things like that. And things like where I'm like, oh, this doesn't feel like it's important, but when I take a step back, I'm like, oh, it contributes to the bigger plan that I've had for years of like where I need to get. Like the fact that Akon just did all that shit for a fucking country is just,
it's incredible.
Incredible. But Akon wouldn't have been able to do it unless he achieved everything he did prior to. You know what I mean? So things.
There's steps to it, for sure.
Steps, yeah. So right now I'm in the steps, and I just need to keep reminding myself that there's a different end goal, and I can't get lost in the mix or lost in the sauce right now to think that this is the most important thing about life, because music is beautiful and music is medicine, but if you're not helping anybody live a better life, what are you doing?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I feel you on that one.
So I hope I'm made for something bigger. I hope this grows to something bigger.
I'm going to touch on this slightly. You've spoken about this on numerous other interviews. In Gatekeepers, you was very honest, very personal. Your story that's shared by millions and millions of people around there. Has that person ever reached out? Has he ever apologized? Has he ever even wanted to offer the help then that he should have at that moment?
I don't know if that case is ongoing. Like, I don't, because there's things that are connected. So I don't know if I have the freedom
to speak on it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fine.
I don't know if and I don't want to fucking risk.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I'm happy that more things are coming to light.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm happy that more things are coming to light. The girls that came forward, I was scared to say the name. I was scared. I was fearful for my family. I didn't have enough money to get security. I didn't have money to I didn't have that. And when those girls came out, I was in a session and I found out and I broke down. And it's so difficult because you end up dealing with guilt. Because then I'm like, oh, because of my fear. And then they're coming to me and saying, no, your song motivated me. Your song helped you. Like the fact that it's nuts.
Have you guys got tissue?
No, I'm good. Yeah. It's fucked. But those girls were super brave, the ones that came out. And the tidal wave that they've caused of more people coming forward is just like, it's a fucked up situation, but they're brave as fuck.
On Hot 97, Igor asked you a question, which I feel is quite important. You said you prefer songwriting over singing. And I found that's quite interesting. I feel like when this album is released, you might feel different.
Why?
Maybe because of the response, the feedback. Just, it might be different, it might be overwhelming. You might feel different at the time because it's been released and it's released to the public view. You might feel different, but do you still feel the same now? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even give it like. I believe in manifestation. I believe in affirmation. Thank you for like helping me correct that sentence.
That's fine.
For the sake of explaining my perspective, I have to acknowledge both like parallel realities that can happen, right? If the album does, when great.
Yeah.
There's still so many things that come with that. There's just more tours, more politics, more meetings, more all of this shit, more of the music business that's gonna go into it. If it went the other route, and it goes completely and it tanks and nobody fucking likes it and everyone's like, what the fuck was that? It doesn't matter because it's still the intimate moment when I had to cry in the studio by myself and I was able to put something out that was like emotions in a box and I was able to do that. It's like I make music selfishly. The fact that people connect with it after the fact is a really positive byproduct that I wasn't expecting. So regardless, the purest thing about however it gets consumed was creation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Creation is still sacred, no matter what. So that's why I don't think that I don't think that'll ever change. I could be proven wrong, but as it goes and as it's been and as I anticipate it coming, it still seems like because that's always heart to mouth to pen, nothing else can infect that. That's just potent.
Okay. My last question has to be this because time's up. 2020 has started, start of a new decade. It's gonna be amazing. What do you want your fans to take away from your music in general? And what do you want? It's Jessie Reyez. What do you want? Any plans, any goals do you have this year?
You know how Frank and Adele and them do it? Like they make music and then they're not in the sauce.
Yeah.
They just give an album and then
Yeah.
and then they go and then they hide out and they're just like this beautiful cocoon of human and then make the album and then come back a few years later. That's ideal. That's the goal. Because I don't think I was made for the sauce. I'm not made for it. It's just not, I'm too emotional for that shit. I'm too like, I get social anxiety. I get that stuff where I just respect that blueprint that they do. I love that. So the goal would be that. The goal would be to have it embraced and have that and then be able to retire to the studio and then go to the thing that I love the most, which is the songwriting, and keep it sacred and keep it that and be able to work freely with that but still have the budget from the label to be like, I want real strings, not fake strings. I want a choir. I don't want to use the plugin. I want shit like that. You know what I mean? To have the freedom to be able to see the creative vision out to the max that it could be. And then come back and then keep creating till I die, and then build a legacy.
Okay. Let me just squeeze this one in. Have you got a song with the vision?
May or may not.
Do you know what? On that, I can end it on that. Before Love Came to Kill Us will be out on March 27th. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the lovely Jessie Reyez. I've been your host today, Samuel Eni. Thank you for everyone.